All right. Wow. Opponent says, good luck, have fun. We've got ourselves a real nice keep here. So, I guess the question is, do we go Fireweaver or Motorist? I don't know. I'm going to keep, though, regardless. I mean, the Fireweaver becomes a 2/5, so I probably just do that over the 3/1. Pushes less damage through, but not even that much. I guess if we play the Motorist, we get to go to Pala and have a swing for 4 on turn 3. Like, it's pretty good. I guess it depends on what my opponent plays. Mm-hmm. I don't know. All right. So options are Fireweaver or Motorist. Motorist can push 4 damage through. Fireweaver immediately becomes a 2/5, so it's less damage. But Motorist only pushes 4 damage through if I immediately play Depala next turn. But we also get to Scry 2. God, that's so good. All right, we're playing Motorist. Scry 2 is just too good. How did I forget about that? That's so good. So I guess, I mean, both of these cards are fine. We have 4 mana. We can play everything. We might as well just keep them both. So I don't see why not. I guess we don't need the Pioneer immediately since we can't play it next turn anyway. Okay. So now I guess I just sort of want to equip the goggles and get in for 4, right? And play another one. Play another goggles. I'm missing out on some Fireweaver value, I guess, if I do that, but is it ultimately going to be good? Let's see. Actually, that's something to think about. I think it actually just makes sense to play the goggles here because next turn we can play the pilot or the propeller, whatever his name is, and make it like a 4/5 flyer. Just insane. So why don't we just equip up and... Because if I just played Depala, I think my opponent would trade, and I don't love that trade. I'd rather just push some damage through here. Okay. Iron League Steed. It's nice to see my opponent not get the durable handicraft value here. I like that. This opponent attacks for 6. We go to 14 to untap. So I think the play is just smash with the Motorist, play the Pioneer, and attach them both to Pioneer. And have ourselves a Merry Merry Christmas. Alright, so we're going to make a servo token as well. Okay. So we'll jump here. Okay, so we can go Fire Weaver plus Puzzle Knot. I guess what we can... Yeah. Get him for 3. Get this guy. Make him huge. Yeah. I like this. So we're going to play the Fire Weaver. Get to goggles him up. And then we get to play the Puzzle Knot. Drain our opponent for 2. Not drain. I misspoke. All right. Opponent goes Snare Thopter. All right. Let's think about this. So... can play Depala now, which would buff the Motorist. Fire Weaver is just not good enough to push the damage through we need. So I probably have to play Depala. I mean, I'm trying to think of another thing I can do. I can equip the goggles to the Motorist and still crack Puzzle Knot, but that's not that great. It makes better use of mana, but I'm not convinced it's better. Either way, Motorist is dying. So I guess we just play Depala and swing with Motorist. Uh-oh, that's scary. No play. Okay. So guess we play the artisan. Not going to attach the goggles. Make a servo. Opponent loses a life. Smash with everything. Not going to pay. That's still okay. That does not stop the onslaught here. My opponent's still going to die. That was weird. Huh. I feel like opponent could have been a little more cautious there. Maybe they were getting scared of the inevitability of the Fireweaver, I'm guessing. So we're playing against green-black. They have artifacts, which means Ruinous Gremlin, Guess Hijack are options, but just based on the ones we saw, what, the Steed and, well, Snaresopter would be a good one to blow up or steal, but I don't think we need to mess around with that yet. So we also didn't see any of our welding sparks. Didn't even need them. Very cool. All right, why don't we just run it back? It worked. It was pretty awesome there. So let's see if we can't make that happen again. So this hand, we're on the draw, but we're reliant on drawing one of our red sources, of which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, it's pretty risky. Basically, our whole deck requires red. But if we draw red, yeah, I think the upside is too high to pass up here. Because if we draw red, this hand is so good. Yeah, perfect. So now we get to go goggles again. I still think we do the motorist, which is going to be really good. Ooh. Motorist number 2, you say. All right, let's scry it up. Perfect. All right. Let's put welding sparks on top. Keeping them both. All right. Well, that's weird. I guess that means they have removal, so why don't we just attack with the motorist here? No? So why trade damage? So we can play a second motorist. A reason not to is that I already know what the top card of my deck is. So the Scry 2 gets less value. We basically sacrifice 1 power for immediately attaching this, which I'm undecided if that's better or worse. I think we're just going to play the Fireweaver. I want those full value scries. And an extra 4 toughness is pretty good. I guess my opponent assumed if they kept it back, I'd equip. But, yeah, I mean, I guess that does make sense. But the problem is what just happened, where I didn't equip, and now I have a 2/5. All right. Making it a 3/3. So we can Welding Sparks that. Pretty unnecessary. I think we'll just Pioneer. I can't Motorist plus Fireweaver, but why don't we just... I could also Welding Sparks the Steed. I don't know if I like that. Still, it's not like it just offers this as a trade and lets me get 2 points of damage in. Let's just play the Pioneer. I get to attach some goggles to it. I get to spit out a servo and drain my opponent again. I could not do the servo as well and just get a 4/4 flyer. We know our opponent's got Tidy Conclusion in there, though. I'm not sure if that matters. Let's just make it a 4/4. I think it's better. It also won't trade with the servo now, the Snare Thopter, rather. Stomper's a good card. Thankfully, I can kill it with Welding Sparks. Which we will likely be doing. Okay, so there's the Puzzle Knot, which is sweet. So we can go Fireweaver Puzzle Knot. We just drain our opponent for 4. That's so good. Or we can just... I mean, we can set up for that, too. We could just Welding Sparks get in for 4. I think that's the safest play. It deals with the onboard threat, doesn't let them pump it, lets us get in for 4. Opponent can offer a trade with our Motorist, which we'll probably just take. Or not take, it doesn't matter. So why don't we just kill Stomper and get in for 4? Be happy about it. Yeah, I'll take the trade. We know our opponent's got Make Obsolete anyway, so this is like, sure, play Make Obsolete. Okay. Edge Crafters are beatable. Making it a 5/6. Got it. We're going to have a hard time blocking it, but we're still very easily racing it at the moment, I think. Ooh, another Fireweaver. It's pretty slick, actually. How deep do I want to go on this? If I have 3 Fireweavers out, this Puzzle Knot comes in, immediately deals, what, 9 damage? Oh my god. That's so much. That's so much damage. Maybe I want a Motorist first. That way I can really set up for a strong Puzzle Knot. Because if I Motorist and I find a red mana, I can at least start, you know, playing double Fireweaver in one turn. Let's smash for 4 regardless here. And I think we're actually going to play the Motorist. I want to see if I can't find a mountain on top. A freighter and a mountain? Jeez. Well, we'll keep both of those. Get the mountain first. Could technically just chump block the edge crafter too. I mean, we're so easily winning that I can just play around make obsolete this way. Yeah. So I think my opponent's got the make obsolete, which means I think I just want to block the motorist on the edge crafter. This attack doesn't make a lot of sense without make obsolete. Oh, well, I guess it makes more sense then. All right, so we can take 8. We're still alive. Still kicking it. Oh, cultivator. Well, it's going to make things difficult. Certainly a good last card to have. All right, so I guess, does that mean I have to... So this attacks. This becomes 8 power that I can't currently block. But I can block the other 2. But I'd have to lose my... Makes things a little more difficult. No cards left in my opponent's hand, though. So I feel as though I have to keep the... Doesn't my opponent just die if I... How much damage does my opponent take total next turn from Puzzle Knot? They take 6... Yeah, it's 9 if I... including the sacrifice. I see. And it is straight up a chump block on the edge crafter. If I play Fire Reaver plus Puzzle Knot, I can afford to take 8 and go to 2, and I can still block these and my opponent's dead. I think we just have to go Fire Weaver, Puzzle Knot, and attack with the Pioneer, because we're still alive. Yeah. And then they die next turn. And I mean, if they draw a Pump Spell, we're dead, but I'm not going to worry about that. So let's get in with Pioneer. Let's play Fire Weaver, Puzzle Knot, and pass. And like I said, we're going to take 8 damage, but that is not lethal. Yeah, I guess that does make sense, doesn't it? To attach, because then I can keep the Sage back. Or block the Cultivator, yeah. Alright. Alright. I mean, definitely looking like we win next turn, unless our opponent gets a Pump Spell here. Yeah, that could find the Pump Spell they need. Obviously has to attack here. So let us do some blocks. Okay. Looks like we got the win, which is pretty sweet. So we get to attack with the Pioneer. Opponent's deck was pretty awesome, though. Okay. So we equip Pioneer. Swing for 4. And crack Puzzle Knot or play Freighter. They both do the same thing. All right, cool. Got there. We'll see you round 2.